My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. Today, we found out that WikiLeaks disclosed over 20,000 emails showing that the Democratic National Committee was completely against Bernie Sanders from day one. This was a rigged election. This was not a fair fight. It was never going to be a fair fight. Now, for a second, I had my doubts as to whether or not it would be. And I wanted to think that it was fair. And I wanted to think that Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton could compete with one another. And that the DNC wouldn't be able to tip the scales towards Hillary. Of course, my idealism and my viewpoint or my hope that democracy exists, at least within the Democratic Party, proved to be false. We look now at the WikiLeaks emails. Now the New York Times. So I quoted the Washington Post in a recent Huffington Post article that I wrote, it was published today, regarding the WikiLeaks emails. The New York Times, in addition to the Washington Post, quote, released emails suggest the DNC derided the Sanders campaign. Top officials of the Democratic National Committee criticized and mocked Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont during the primary campaign, even though the organization publicly insisted that it was neutral in the race, according to committee emails made public Friday by WikiLeaks. Assuming the WikiLeaks emails are completely true, legitimate, and WikiLeaks isn't known to fabricate emails. So, quote, in one of the emails, an official wrote to a colleague about the possibility of urging reporters to write that Mr. Sanders' campaign was, quote, a mess after a glitch on the committee's server gave it access to Clinton voter data. Wondering if there's a good Bernie narrative for a story, which is that Bernie never had his act together, that his campaign was a mess. This is a top DNC official. Okay? The DNC was working with the media to undermine Bernie Sanders from day one. This explains that, obviously, what Bernie Sanders went through is infinitely more than anything I did. But if you notice, if you type in my name in Google, there's like 7 hit pieces on me from different quote-unquote progressive publications. If you spoke out or if you speak out in favor of Bernie Sanders, if you said, and this, forget about me, look at your own experience. What was your experience like on Twitter or Facebook? When you said that Bernie Sanders was going to win, that he could win, that he could beat dear leader Hillary Clinton, how did the Hillary bots, how did the Hillary supporters treat you? Well, that's the way the DNC treated Bernie Sanders. And that's the way that progressive writers who supported Bernie Sanders were treated. That's the way you were treated. And we see now from WikiLeaks that it was completely rigged. That's a New York Times article. There's a Market Watch. Hacked emails released by WikiLeaks hint DNC sought to pave Clinton path to victory versus Sanders. This is absolutely rigged. If you are watching in another country, understand something. Yes, the United States is a democracy. But a great many people, the citizens of the United States of America, don't always feel like they're part of a democracy. And the reason is because we have a corrupt Democratic Party, and we have corruption in the Republican Party as well. But at least the Republican Party allows Trump to win. At least when Trump panders to the conservative base, he wins. When Bernie Sanders represents the ideals, the values, the hope of the Democratic Party, of progressive values the Democratic Party is supposed to stand for, which it doesn't. Hillary Clinton takes prison lobbyist money. She used racism against Barack Obama to the point that Congressman James Clyburn had to tell both Hillary and Bill to, quote, chill out. That was in a New York Times article. He reprimanded both Bill and Hillary Clinton for using aggressive and racist tactics against Barack Obama. Hillary Clinton used a racist 3 a.m. ad against Barack Obama. Hillary Clinton's campaign spread a photo of Barack Obama in African attire in hopes of using the Islamophobia and racism of 2008. There's a whole lot of issues going on. In 2008, Hillary Clinton is a chameleon. When you talk about Trump, you talk about this fear of Trump, and that's the new marketing technique of Democrats. We have to unite against Trump. We can't let Trump win. All that hate. Hillary Clinton has used hate throughout her entire career, whether it's fabricating a story about Bosnian sniper fire or laughing that a child rapist passed a polygraph. That's a fact. This is all. Hillary Clinton's career is a testament to doing anything possible to gain political power. Market Watch. Hacked emails released by WikiLeaks hint DNC sought to pave Clinton path to victory versus Sanders. New York Times, Market Watch, Washington Post, Observer, Heavy.com, all these sites, WikiLeaks site itself, all these sites document emails showing that the DNC was working against Bernie from day one. They wanted to paint him as an atheist because apparently atheists can't win votes in the United States of America. So if Bill Maher is watching this or he's read my Huffington Post article, I respectfully ask that Bill Maher please at least comment. I know that Maher wants Clinton, but if he can at least comment about the DNC trying to paint Bernie as an atheist, because atheists apparently can't win elections. Quote, a top Democratic Party official tried to use Bernie Sanders' religious beliefs to hurt his presidential campaign, according to a startling internal email. The suggestion of undercutting Sanders based on religion is included in one of the 19,252 hacked emails dumped Friday. The email appears to have been stolen by a hacker identified as Guccifer 2.0. Quote, it might make no difference, but for Kentucky and West Virginia, can we get someone to ask his belief? Does he believe in God? This could make several points difference with my peeps. My Southern Baptist peeps would draw a big difference between a Jew and an atheist. The chief executive officer of the DNC responded with a single word email, amen. Ladies and gentlemen, do not fear Donald Trump. Do not fear Donald Trump. 4 years of Trump, if you're a progressive, if you're a Democrat, the United States can live through. 4 years of Hillary Clinton, you're looking at a complete merger of the Democratic Party with the Republican Party on war and foreign policy. And every single progressive publication, quote unquote progressive publication, that has sided with Hillary Clinton, just like the DNC has sided with Bernie Sanders from day one, they don't care about foreign policy. They don't care about war. They don't care about never-ending wars. They don't care about counterinsurgency wars. They don't even know what it is. So their goal in life is to just poke fun and be snarky and make fun of Republicans. That's all they do. And Trump is obviously a big target. He's a buffoon. But don't fear Donald Trump. Fear Hillary Clinton. Because Hillary Clinton would not only merge Democrats into Republicans on Wall Street, war and foreign policy and trade. Tim Kaine was for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. He is for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. He is. Hillary Clinton was. Now is against. Of course, she's for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton, in terms of corporations, Wall Street, in terms of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and even war, they would merge Republicans and Democrats into one. Do not fear Donald Trump. 4 years of Trump, if he's the Antichrist, if he's going to destroy the planet, then we get 8 years of a Democrat. 4 years of Hillary Clinton. She barely defeated Bernie Sanders. She's only up a little over 2 points against Trump, and she needed help. She gets the most favorable coverage. She got help from the DNC. She gets favorable media coverage. She was at risk of FBI criminal indictments. Comey had to change the definition of intent. And nobody talks about that. They talk about Trump's wife's speech. That's it. She literally could have gone to jail. Nobody talks about that. So the point is this. Don't fear Donald Trump. That's the new marketing technique of the Democratic Party. After they rigged the election to ensure that Sanders would quote unquote lose to Hillary, but Clinton isn't even up. I mean, she's the presumptive nominee. She needs superdelegate help. So all Bernie has to do is go to the nomination with a stack of WikiLeaks emails and throw them at Debbie Wasserman or Hillary Clinton and say, you know what? I am the rightful nominee. I am 100% for Bernie. Obviously, Bernie Sanders can take this. His campaign is alive. He has not conceded. His campaign is alive and well. If he ever concedes, we have Dr. Jill Stein, who Dr. Cornel West stated Dr. Stein is worth fighting for. And she is worth fighting for. She's an amazing woman of the Green Party. Dr. Stein of the Green Party. Keep fighting. Keep battling peacefully. To all the Bernie supporters going to Philadelphia, remain peaceful, calm, stay safe, because you know how corrupt and how manipulative the DNC is. So in terms of a media target, they might try to target you. So always remember, use your cell phones, document everything, and stay safe. Listen to the police. Police say, hey, get out of this area. Even if you have a right to be there, just listen. Stay safe. Concern yourself with your personal safety first. Everything else comes second. And I want Bernie Sanders to make the case for nomination. And if his campaign will be alive and well after the convention as well. We don't know if Hillary will get indicted somehow with perjury or with the Clinton Foundation. But if he ever concedes officially, we have Dr. Jill Stein. You vote Jill Stein. You do not fear Trump. Trump and Clinton are friends. Trump goes golfing with Bill. Trump gave money to Clinton's campaigns and Senate campaigns and foundation. Don't ever fall for the scare tactics from a DNC that is so corrupt that it worked against Bernie Sanders. Thank you so much for listening.